Hey, everybody. Just wanted to say thanks to each and every one of y'all for coming in. There we go. Finally got my phone ready. All right, now let's see. I hope the chat is working. Can't post comments. Okay. Hey, Spirit Brothers, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I hope y'all like that new intro. I'm not really finished with it yet, so it's going to be probably next week before I actually get it in. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. There's a few things I do want to talk about. Uh, Vicky, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Hey, May, how you doing? Channel member. Uh, if you don't mind, go over May, check out the couple emoji things that I made. I've got three. One of them is Gizmo, and the other one is one of Baker and my dad. If you want to check those out, you can start using them. I guess they let you use them. I don't know. Love the show last night, buddy. What a crazy night. Hey, you're right. It was actually really kind of unique last night. That was for sure. Saying, hey, Stevie Outdoorsman. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Pops and Gizmo. Yeah, I think uh let's see here. I hope that it will show up. Oh yeah, it shows up on regular YouTube, but not on here on StreamYards. Okay. I got as Baker and my dad and Gizmo. Vicky saying hey to everybody. Some amazing responses came through near the closet. Hey, yeah, the closet was something different. We don't know exactly which spirit it was because there's actually several of them in there, but they never would say who it was or anything like that. But we did ask why did they keep messing with my dad, and it came across theirs because we can and stuff like that. So it was pretty neat how all that actually come out. You probably did because there's several other people said the same thing. One of the wild spots last night was in the red room. That is one of the hot spots that's in the whole building. And I didn't say anything last night, but I was sitting on the end and they've got one of them like wraparound couches, and Michael was sitting right in the corner of one, and I was sitting on the very end. And as he went outside to do something, and he come back and sat down, and it seemed like somebody followed him and sat right down in between us on the end of that couch where we was at. It was wild. He's doing pretty good. I talked to him a little while ago. He was still in bed earlier. He just had got up a little while ago because he said he was real tired and sleepy and wore out from last night. I ain't been up long. Probably I got up around about 5 or something like that. So it was very interesting. Uh, we Hey, Miss Frosty, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I'm just trying to get my Facebook part up right here. If it'll come back up, there we go. So everybody's saying hey. We will be going back in the fall of this year, probably around November. maybe before Thanksgiving. I'm not real sure yet, but it's going to be kind of cool and it won't be so hot. I like to investigate that place, but when it's real hot, it's miserable because you can't do nothing for wiping sweat all the time. I can put clothes on and get warmed up, but in the winter, in the summertime, you can't do so much. Hey Ted, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. I do have a members video since May is here right now. Let me play the little video for her in a second. Let's see. I was speaking with Carl, who I do Spirit Brother who came with, and we want to know if you would like to be a guest on our show, on our talk show. We normally do it on a Saturday about 8 p.m. So that's 3 p.m. North Carolina. I'll be working this Saturday, but the next Saturday I won't be. But yeah, if you don't mind, I'll be on. But this coming Saturday, I will be working, so I won't be able to. But you can schedule me for next Saturday if you want to. But yeah, I'll be more than happy to be a guest on your show. All right, May, this is for you. Sorry I'm a little late, but and plus it's for hey now. That's for you, May. You're the only member so far I see popped in. Let's see, Vicky. Okay, got you shared out. Appreciate you, Vicky, so much. And while you're right here, Vicky, this is what I was telling you about. Uh, Me, my dad, and my cousin. We let's see. It's just a award for being a supporter, and also, um, let's see, by the COPS committee, dedication to the paranormal field and things like that. So this is coming towards you, okay? This we're we're doing each paranormal group as we can uh, to show our support for each other paranormal uh, teams and stuff. I can email you a link. Okay, that'd be good. Appreciate you so much. He says, hey to Ted, Stevie. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Hey to me. Everybody saying hello. Cool. Everybody just saying hey to everybody, and I appreciate that. But that is for your group, Vicky. Like I said, it's the dedication that y'all show to the paranormal field, and y'all show respect to the spirits and all that stuff. So we want to give you something earlier to say thanks to all the paranormal stuff. So that's what I got coming to you, okay? That's what I was talking about last night, and I was gonna try to surprise you, but I couldn't hold it back no longer. Hey, cool. What's going on? Oh, nothing much. Nothing much. Just chilling out. Gonna talk about a little bit about the show last night, the investigation. Y'all go over and check out Sam's channel also. I don't know if Nightbot is working tonight or not. If somebody wants to type cops in the chat just to make sure, see if it's working. If not, if anybody wants to, try to drop people's link if y'all want to. How do you normally get guest on your live by sending the link? As we only done it once by text message. I had to do emails now because my StreamYard won't send a Facebook message link. Well, now it will. The other day it won't. Yeah, the other day I tried it wouldn't let me send Facebook Messenger links, but now it does. Well, I guess the Nightbot ain't working. I don't know what's going on. But if anybody wants to take the liberty to drop some links, you can. Let's see. Let me, Vicky, would you be able to come up for a minute? Let's see if the thing will work. I will speak with Carl again tomorrow and schedule it for 8 p.m. in 2 weeks on Saturday, and we'll email you. Okay, I appreciate that. Jacked up a few days ago. Yeah, the Nightbot won't work too good, and it won't do it on strictly YouTube, or it won't do it on StreamYard. Nightbot has left on vacation. He probably did. He didn't call me and let me know he was going to go anywhere. He normally lets me know what he's going to do, but he never does. I'm going to try to do it on, see if it'll work, because last time I couldn't ever get it done. I could share from YouTube to Facebook. I had to copy the link, but it's doing it now. Okay. There's Spirit Brothers link. Thank you, Miss Frosty. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing that. There's Vicky's. I'll just let y'all punch on those if y'all want to. All right. Last night, the investigation. I sent Rick and his crowd up to upstairs in the red room first, and they've got all kinds of stuff up there. They was, because you can tell when they get something, they was hollering and everything like that. So you can tell that they got some stuff. He's supposed to be sending me some pictures and things like that from the night before on Friday investigations. Hey, Shaw Woman, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. But last night I was down in the basement. Me and Michael and Chris was down there, and we was getting some crazy stuff on the K2s. The K2 was going crazy, and we had it on one side of the room and everything like that. And we moved it all over the area in the basement, and it still was going crazy. Even the furthest back in the back corner, farthest you can get without being outside, and it was still going off. It was pegged all the way up into the red, hard as it can go, and sometimes it just sits there with red. I just had to change the battery in the K2 a while ago. So that place is the place to go. Yes, it's really, really awesome area. But when we first got started, me and Michael went outside. I was taking some still pictures of the windows and stuff, and with a night vision camera, just to see if I can get some black and white video pictures. And we heard an ambulance was going by, like a sirens. We heard them going through and everything, and it seemed like they just stopped right there. I mean, that was pretty loud. And the owners of the building came down, and they said they didn't see us there. They sent me a message, but I guess I was done live and I couldn't answer the text message. And they want to know if we was already there. So they said they decided to come on down and check the place. They saw a light on. And so we was all talking and everything. He asked me, he said, did y'all call an ambulance or anything? I said, no. He said, there was one outside. They stopped in front of the place. And I said, no, we had to take my dad outside because something happened to him upstairs. And we had to get him out there to get some air. And all of a sudden, that's when the ambulance come. But nobody called him or nothing. But they said the ambulance went straight on by. Didn't really stop and turn in anywhere or nothing like that down the little driveway. So that was one crazy thing. I sent you something in the post this week, buddy. Hopefully it would only take a week or two or so to get to you. I'll email Ruth of the post office receipt. Okay, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. And thank you also, Miss Frosty, for dropping the links for me. I really appreciate that so much. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. So, all right, let's see. Oh, yeah, it worked.
All right. I was sitting in the dark, and I thought, well, I look like crap, but hey. Anyway.
You're fine.
You give me a little bit of trouble, but I am on my phone. So okay. I think that was the issue. But it came right through first time you sent,
Because last week I tried that. It never did go through. I tried to send it to 2 or 3 different people, and it never worked.
Yeah. Well, you've always sent it to me through Messenger, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems to be working anyway.
Yeah. Now, if I can just get Nightbot to work, get him back off vacation, we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He just stopped. Maybe at some point in time you've hit a button or something and didn't realize it.
Yeah, I might have to refreshen him up or something other.
Yeah, kick him in the butt or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all that. I have to find somebody to help me get Nightbot.
Oh, okay. You'll hire somebody. Okay.
So, let's see. Yeah, it was a crazy last night. Last night was a crazy investigation.
Yeah, it was. Now, I kept going in and out. It seemed like here lately, every time I get on, you go live,
Yeah.
In like 15 minutes, my phone starts ringing or someone shows up at the door or something. And I'm like, Jesus. But I was in and out and I had it running, but some of the time I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was doing pretty crazy. And when we went up to the red room, that was our favorite room. It's not my dad's favorite room, but it's our favorite room.
actually, your dad likes it, but it just don't like him.
Yeah.
That seems to be the issue.
Rick told me last night, said he was doing good until he kept looking out the door into the hallway into the little kids' room where it has all them dolls and the piano that sits in there and plays. And he said that would go in there, and when he come back, and that's when everything started messing with him.
Yeah, your dad he's so open, and he's just the spirits know it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And they just mess with him. A lot of it isn't being mean. But last night when he hollered for you, I knew it was something. Yeah. I mean, I could hear it in his voice, and there was a panic, and I thought if he ain't careful, he's going to go into a panic attack. Because I could just almost feel it in my heart pounding, because he was kind of on the verge of panicking.
Rick actually bear hugged him and helped him down the steps. I mean, that's how bad it was.
Mm.
Hey, well, Baker, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in, Baker. It was really strong last night.
Yeah, it was. And you had several there.
Yeah.
At one point in time, you had a man in the basement. I can remember that. And he was just like watching you.
Yeah.
Watching you guys. It wasn't just you in particular.
Yeah.
And when you went upstairs and you was using the pendulum, there was a female somewhere around you. I couldn't determine where, but once again, I kept getting interrupted, But, yeah, it was interesting. What I seen, it was interesting. And other than your dad being messed with and it affecting him like it did, I think it went really good. Yeah. I think if you take your time and go through your video and stuff, you'll find you got a lot of stuff that you didn't even know that you did.
Was you in there when we was sitting in the red room and had the REM pod not the REM pod, but the spirit box sitting in the floor, and up top of it you can see something like fuzzing?
No, you talked about it, and I intended to go in today to see if I could find it.
Yeah.
And look. Did it look like your camera was trying to focus? And it kind of gets a blurry type of thing.
Yeah.
In just that one area.
Yeah.
I always thought, okay, that's just my camera trying to focus.
Yeah.
But I realized about, I'm going to say 5-6 months ago, that when there is a little bit of movement, it will cause it to do that. But it's actually something there causing it to do that. Yeah. And I went back and slowed down. We did it and investigate, and it's actually the only residential video we have. I thought because there was a cat ball that kept flashing. We had one in a kitchen and we had one in the shower, by the shower in their bathroom.
Yeah.
And it was like something was going between the rooms, and it would set the one off in the shower. And then by the time the one would go off in the shower, the one in the kitchen. And I mean, we had cameras on both of them. Yeah. And I mean, it was just back and forth and back and forth. And it did it like 7 or 8 times. Yeah. Well, then I got to realizing on the kitchen, because the camera would get blurry. And I thought it was because the cat ball was flashing and the camera was trying to focus, Then I realized it was getting blurry in like the doorway that went from the kitchen into the living room. And the cat ball wasn't flashing yet, but it would get blurry and then the cat ball would start flashing. Yeah. So I slowed it down and you can see it'd be like the head and shoulders. It's kind of a dark gray, and you could see the door, the trim around the doorway, and it would step and it would block that trim.
Yeah.
And then it would go back, and by the time it would leave, the cat ball would be shutting off.
Yeah.
And then immediately you could hear Liz, because she's on the audio part of the cameras, and she's saying, okay, the shower cat ball's going off. The cat ball in the kitchen's going off. And she kept doing this back and forth, just letting us know, what was going off and what was happening.
Yeah.
And it got to where it was timing. When right before the cat ball in the kitchen would go off, you'd see this. It was kind of like just a blur. And it's because of movement. So if you slow that down, you might be able to catch something in it. But that was the only way I was able to actually catch a figure, was to slow it down.
Yeah.
Just slow the video down. But no, I didn't see it. But I'll go back, and I didn't have a chance today. But I'll go back and see if I can find it.
Well, see, that part I'm telling you about, the whole camera didn't blur out. It's just that one little spot right there, right at the
yeah, and see, that's what it was doing. But see, I thought it was doing it because of cat ball, and it was about where the cat ball was. The doorway was behind where we had the cat ball sitting. And I got to realizing that there was something coming up in the doorway, and then the cat ball would go off.
Yeah.
But see, I thought it was just the camera folk trying to focus. Yeah. But it wasn't. It's actually, there was movement there, but it was just so fast, we wasn't catching something. It was just blurred, and I thought it was the camera trying to focus in just that spot. It was just in that doorway that it would do that. So I was just going to tell you, if that's what it's doing, because you couldn't, all you said, it was just like something there, and it kind of was fuzzy and things. So, and that's kind of how I was describing what was going on that one time. Yeah. And so
there were several people said they seen it about the same time I did. Steven said they seen it. And I forget who else said they seen it, but it was just right there in that one little spot where it's just a little fuzzy, like it's trying to focus on something, but it never wouldn't manifest anything.
Right.
But I believe it was the kid that was in that room, because there is a little kid that runs from that room over to the room with the wardrobe where it opens and shuts by itself.
Now, is it downstairs where the child would play with the ball?
Yeah, in the basement. We didn't do that last time. We was wanting to, but we was just trying to.
I just remembered that happened, and I didn't know if it was in that room where that happened, where the child would play with the ball.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know. I couldn't remember what room it was.
Spirit Brother said, I feel a lot of energy from that place. If I ever come to North Carolina, we got go there together. Oh yeah, you just let me know ahead of time so I can book it. That place is jumping. Ever since
there was a lot of activity there last night for sure.
Ever since that place got to be on world's most ghost hunt thing, most whatever that thing's called, it's hard to get it booked. If you don't go about a year ahead, you won't ever get it booked.
My.
Yeah. Please remember, if you're new here, smash that thumbs button, subscribe button, and hit that thumbs up. I got that all screwed up, didn't
I? You got the general of it out there.
I had it all backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed last night. That was first. Now, I don't like to use the spirit box if I don't have somebody that can
hear it,
pick it out, because I can't sit there and focus on it as the static, because it just gets me all ill, because of it. And I just said, just forget it. So I just used the sense.
Right. It's hard for me when I'm sitting up on it. But now, say, like if I was listening last night or whatever, it's easier if I put headphones on.
Yeah.
And listen to it that way. because I can focus on whatever voice or whatever's coming through. I can kind of focus past the white noise of the spirit box noise. Let's put it that way. Now, my Jesse, he's in the he can't be around with the spirit box running. It literally will give him a headache. The noise from it will. And I was told there's a way to eliminate that noise. I don't know. I've got to get in and find out if so, see if it works. Said the spirit bot works the same way. It's just you can take off that sound, out of it. If you do that, it would help a lot of things to be a lot more clear.
Yeah. I see Mary King come in. Let me play the video for her.
Oh, okay.
Give her membership.
Is Dwayne coming on tonight?
He's in the chat.
Oh, okay. I just seen where you said something about Dwayne, and I thought, oh, Dwayne's going to come on, so I didn't know.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Okay.
I sent him a link, but he has trouble getting on with his phone and stuff.
Well, I did tonight. It was the third time, man. Of course, I said some few choice words at it. I was like, I know you can do this, because it would start to bring me in, and then it would just flash off and throw me completely out. So,
yeah. Let me play this video right quick, and then we'll get.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I missed her.
That's neat.
I'm still not finished with it, but
it was neat.
I done all that in 30 minutes before the show got started.
Well, you did good. I think it's neat.
Spirit Brother said I was hooked, and I stayed up till like nearly 3 a.m. watching. I appreciate that, buddy.
I think I am froze.
My sleep pattern is messed up since subscribed to you. I love all your content, really good all the time. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in and watching this out.
Now, I can't see chat, John, so if anybody's asking anything, just let me know.
Okay. So what when you was in the chat room last night, what all did you actually feel? Was you in when we was in the red room?
Part of the time. That was right before I got a phone call that I had to take.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. I remember there was something. I don't think the closet is the closet in the red room, or is it in the other room?
It's in the red room.
Okay, I can remember because you was talking about it got cold.
Yes.
And I was thinking when it was opened that it was almost like there was something in the floor. Something in the floor.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all that I had going on through my head at the time was there's something in the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it meant they was coming up through the floor or what, but there was something in the floor. And that's the only thing I got from it. I can remember that. And I think what was really the strongest is when you was in the basement and that man standing in the corner. I was really trying to figure him out.
Yeah.
Now, when you was in the red room, I remember there was something that went off, and you said it came on in there when you was in there.
The flashlight came on in the other room across the hall. That was nobody was in there in the old lady's room.
Okay, maybe
We
that was it.
didn't investigate that room last night. We just Michael can't go in there. Whatever it was does not like Michael in that room whatsoever.
It's probably the old lady. She probably just don't want anybody in there.
Well, see, the last time we was there, he went and laid down on the bed, and
Okay, I do remember that, I think.
he said, if you want to come here and talk to me, I'm laying on your bed. And he said he felt a bed move. Like she came and laid down on the bed with him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he said he got real cold. And because I was right there in the doorway where he was at.
Yeah.
I had the camera on him, and I had the camera on the DVR camera setting facing him, and you can see the camera with like an orb come down and lay it right down on his stomach, and he said it
Oh
got,
my.
and then all of a sudden he said his legs got so hot it started burning. Said he had to get up.
Did you see an imprint or anything on the bed next to him, like where it had sat down or laid down or whatever?
I didn't focus on that or nothing. I didn't really pay
Okay.
attention to that part, but
Okay. I just wondered.
he said he actually felt the whole bed moving when like somebody's sitting down on it and like laying down. You know how the bed wiggles a little bit. He said he felt the whole ordeal right there. And the old lady was there when it was a nursing home, and she had her husband there and her boyfriend there.
Now, was the old lady, did she work there or was she actually a patient there?
I think she was actually a patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to get some sleep, brother. It's 2:37 a.m. and I got to take the kids to school at 8. Good night. God bless. Appreciate you, Spirit Brothers, coming in. Thank you,
Good
buddy.
night, Spirit.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. But yeah, that is a crazy area. And well, when Austin was with us at night, he kept getting run out of that room.
Wasn't there someone touched or something on the stairs? They was on the set of stairs or something, and I'm trying to remember. I have, when you've been there before, I have watched. I was there with you then too, and remember the piano.
Yeah,
you heard a piano. I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
That was the first time we heard a piano, and that's what really got us the idea about getting this gizmo.
Right.
Because of it. So,
Did you have that piano thing that you bought there last night?
I did, but it was in the truck. I forgot to get it out.
Okay. I just wondered if you seen if anyone messed with that one or not.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Next time I go back, I want to get it out. Make sure I put it in my bag to carry it with me.
Okay.
But we didn't even get to set our DVR system up like we wanted to because the computer monitor wouldn't work. I had it plugged in.
Those things are so, you get in certain areas and it's like you don't pick up and something acts up on it.
Yeah.
You know.
So I guess
when we've worked Global Ghost Hunt, we have never been able to go and actually do a live. We've had to record because the areas there, it's back in the hills, and I don't want to go live and then get part way into it and then lose signal, you know, and stuff. So we always record them. But I don't know.
Sean said I wouldn't have a clue how to set up the DVR system. it's it's really not that hard. We got the kind that runs wires because I figured that out better I can wireless
Mm,
because sometimes if you ain't got signal, you ain't gonna have wireless.
right.
So we got our
Yeah.
DVR system got cords we had to run. We got 60-foot cords and we got
Okay.
12 cameras. So we got two DVR.
That's a lot of cord and a lot of duct tape sticking it to the floor.
Yeah, yeah,
You spend a lot of time setting stuff up like that, and people don't realize it.
yeah.
But yeah, you do.
We can set 4 cameras up in an hour at the clinic. Now, if we do more than that, it takes us about 2 hours to set up 8 cameras.
Yeah.
And
Now, once you get them set up, do you turn them on?
they are
Even though
automatic.
you're not investigating yet, do you go ahead and turn them on?
Yeah,
Because I have caught in the past, we're not even investigating or anything, but once we get a camera set up and we got it where it's angled good and things, we keep it running
yeah,
because you can catch stuff. You catch
yeah,
voices and you just catch stuff and you're like, where'd that come from?
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So it's interesting that way.
Our cameras, they come on as soon as you put the power to it, they are automatically recording just that quick.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I like those. And that big box that I had made, put all our cameras in, our boxes and our cords and all that mess.
Yeah.
Uh, it's actually a pretty good little setup.
Do you hear like a snoring sound coming through my camera?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I've got my, hold on. I'll see if I can get her there.
Uh,
I have my bulldog
yeah,
and she's laying here. One time I was being interviewed and I'm so used to her. She snores.
yeah.
Whenever she's asleep, she snores. And one time I was being interviewed and someone came in chat and they said, Vicky, do you have a dog snoring or something? And I was like, yeah. They
Yeah.
said, oh, thank God. I thought you had a demon in the room with you, you know. But she was snoring and it just dawned on me she was snoring. So I thought I'd better tell somebody what it was if they were hearing it. That's what it was.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing. I got this fan running behind me, so
Okay.
I can't hear nothing much.
Okay.
So I won't say
But no, I'll go back and I'll watch. I was going to do it today and I had different stuff happen and it's just been, um, I've had some health issues and I've started doing physical therapy and I'm looking at having to have a hip replacement surgery.
yeah,
And so it's just like all of a sudden my life is full of doctors and surgeons and, you know, physical therapy. And
yeah,
then I've got stuff going on with family and things. And so it's just been kind of crazy.
yeah.
And the doctors put me on medicine. And if I'm not careful, I have fallen asleep twice watching your show.
Oh, really?
Literally, yeah. I don't realize I'm sleepy. It's just when I sit down and I finally relax or whatever,
Yeah,
um, I'll kick out and then I'll wake up and here I am holding my phone in my hand and you went off the air, you know.
yeah,
but but no, I'll go back and I'll watch the show. Like I said, I kept you running, but I wasn't listening and watching some of it.
yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see. Something else I was going to mention too. I ain't even looked at my camera yet. That where I took them still shots on night vision yet. I was
Oh,
going
okay.
to, but I hadn't done that. But Michael took 1,200 pictures last night.
Oh, good Lord.
So
Oh, good Lord.
they will be going up sometime later this week on Facebook if anybody wants to check them out.
Okay.
According on if we get anything first, then he'll have them posted up there for anybody to look at.
it takes forever to go through stuff like that and really get a good look at them. And
Yeah. He can mash a
but
button. He'll mash a button, and it done took 20 pictures before.
yeah, it just does automatic. Yeah, so many seconds, and yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good in some cases because that way you could say, okay, it wasn't in this one, but it was in this one, and it was in this one, or you can see movement,
Yeah.
when you go through them where it's moved or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He took quite a bit there in the red room, and when he said something there about a baby last night, something there tapped me on the leg, on the shin. Yeah, I
It's
don't
like,
know what.
come down here.
So I'm thinking whatever is trying to manifest itself in front of behind the spirit box in the floor. I
Yeah.
think that's what actually come pick me on the leg
Okay.
because
It's
Myers
like the same
Paranormal,
height type of thing.
yeah,
Okay.
because Myers Paranormal said he's seen it about the same time as I said I seen it.
Huh.
So, and there's somebody else said they thought they seen something other. I can't remember who it was.
Possibly Bootsy. Because it seems like I remember Bootsy saying she saw something.
Probably was. Probably was.
Maybe. Maybe it was. It seems like I just remember her talking about it.
Yeah.
Um, it was already done and over with, but I remember her saying, I seen it too, or something like that. She
It,
saw it.
it was just a split second, though. I mean, you see it like trying to manifest, then it just faded out.
Right.
And after Michael said something about a baby, that's when it hit me on the leg, or on my right shin. And I thought, okay. And I even showed Michael, I said, look, when you said that, I hit him on the leg right where it hit me at. And he said, no, that's
Hmm.
odd.
Now, why was Michael talking about a baby? Was it coming to him, or did something was like something said, or?
It, since we was in the red room where that was the room where they gave birth in back in the day.
Oh, okay. All
That
right.
was
That's right.
the labor room, I guess, or whatever.
Delivery room. Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Or they
night.
used to call it birthing room, I think is what they used to call them
Yeah.
in the older places like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Have to work tomorrow. Going to bed. See you in the morning, Jonathan. Okay. Appreciate you coming in, buddy.
Night, Dwayne.
I will see
Night,
you
Dwayne.
bright and early. But yeah, that's where they gave birth at. See, that's
Mm.
it was 1932 when it was built.
Oh, yeah.
So
More than likely, it's called a birthing room back then. When we did the Kendricks house back in August, at one time they referred to the house as a sick house,
yeah,
but it started out is because the Civil War had went through and burnt out a lot of places. Any women that was pregnant and came time to deliver, they would go to the house,
yeah,
and they had a room there they called a birthing room. So I imagine that it was about the same thing. Now, of course, it was earlier than 1932 because the Civil War was over in what 1865, But yeah, but
yeah.
I think that they referred to those rooms as birthing rooms.
It was crazy. We didn't even go to the operating room because we don't never have much in the operating room.
Uh
It's,
huh.
there still is a blood stain in the floor in the
Mm-hmm.
operating room at the foot of the bed, but we never really have a whole lot in that room.
And that's kind of surprising, really,
Yeah,
unless he was really good at what he did and there wasn't a lot of deaths took place in there, maybe.
yeah.
But it being a traumatic place, from trauma happening and having to go in there and operate and things,
I
you'd think you'd get more in there.
we had few things, but like I said, my cousin Shasta laid on the bed in there. She said, "I'm don't feel good. Can the doctor come and check on me?" One night, that I think it was like the first night we was there that we investigated that place, and
Uh huh.
it was she got sicker than 3 dogs in that room. It's like she was getting worse and worse, and finally we just left
Well,
out.
she said that she was feeling sick and needed to see a doctor. They was like, okay,
Yeah,
we'll get it.
it was really wild. I mean, it was literally wild them nights.
Yeah, I know that you guys have gotten a lot of stuff there. Last night, though, you seem to have something in pretty much every room you guys were working in.
Yeah,
Um, I remember when you took some beer, or
yeah,
you took quite a bit, if I remember right, the last time you were at the clinic
yeah.
down there, and I joked around with you and said, y'all gonna get drunk, that kind of stuff. But you really didn't have a whole lot go on down there when you did that.
No,
It wasn't as much as I expected. It seemed to be more going on when you were down there last night than the
yeah.
time before.
I was going to play with the pendulum board in the center of the floor where that star and stuff is at.
Uh-huh.
That concrete floor was cold, and I ain't no way more that I was going to be able to sit down on that thing and do that much.
Yeah.
But it was the cat toys was going off. There was something there standing in front of Michael and Chris because they were standing around the star, and the cat toys was going off, and
Huh.
the box sensor was going off and everything, and there's nobody touching it or nothing.
Right.
So,
Well, I know in that one room, and I don't think it was the red room. I'm trying to make sure in my mind. I'm thinking it was the one that you was talking about that you did the pendulum. It was in that other room. It wasn't downstairs, was it? When
yeah,
you worked the pendulum?
yeah, it was in the basement.
Yeah, oh, okay. It was in the basement.
Yeah,
Because when you was working the pendulum, I remember there was a female around you. And then I got interrupted. And so um I got a phone call then. I had to get away with that one though. But anyway, yeah, I know you had at least one female around you when you was working the pendulum.
yeah,
And then when I was kind of watching, you may have been in the red room. I remember the closet. I remember hearing someone talking about it being cold. And I remember seeing him open the door, and immediately it was like it's in the floor. I don't know. Is there by chance a trap door or something in that floor? Do you know of the closet?
I don't think
Because,
there is.
well, if it's got a basement, I don't think there'd be a trap door.
Yeah,
Now, if there was a crawl space there, maybe they would have a trap door.
yeah.
But there was something about something in the floor. It's in the floor. And somebody had said something about possibly a portal. And I thought, oh, I don't know about a portal being in the floor. So I didn't say nothing,
Yeah.
But whatever, there was something in the floor. It had something to do with the floor in the closet.
Yeah.
So maybe they was coming up through the floor of the closet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you had a few in that room.
Yeah.
I do know.
I'm.
But now I didn't feel any kids there.
Yeah.
Now the night before,
I don't
I
think. I don't think there was any kid spirit there,
yeah,
unless whatever was sitting in the floor messing with that thing I was telling you about.
more of a baby type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I don't. I didn't really feel any like a young kid that was like walking around or nothing
I
like
didn't either. I didn't feel like there was any kids there.
that. At least in
Um,
that area. Now over in the
yeah.
other room, it could have been, but I don't go in that kid's room because my first time there, like I said, my cousin Shasta was sitting on the day bed that night, and my other cousin was sitting on the little stool, and she just about practically sitting in the floor because when I turned around, shine my flashlight on her, her knees was past her head. I mean, that's how
Oh my.
she'll take her forever to get up out of floors. And when my cousin Shasta went out in the hallway to get something out of her bag, and I stepped out of the doorway into the hall, let her out, and then she come back in. So she went back in to sit down. I stood right back into the doorway. And what but 2 seconds, something that brushed up against my leg went inside. And they done
Huh.
shut down. And I shined my flashlight, and there was literally nothing there. But now there was some dolls in that room. So I don't know if one of them actually got up and walked around and followed her out the door or what, and then come back in. But I didn't stay
Yeah,
there that long.
there is spirits associated with dolls, but as far as me believing that all of them are haunted or has
Yeah,
spirits in it, I don't. You know,
yeah,
but and dolls can just creep anybody out in general. I don't have a lot. There's a few of them that is giving me a weird feeling when we were investigating. Um, we had a woman that collected, and she had closed off the entryway because they had built onto this house, and this house was over 100 years old. And to get upstairs, though, you had to go like you was going to go out the old front door, and
yeah.
then you'd turn and you'd go upstairs. And that whole entryway from ceiling to floor had nothing but shelves of dolls. I bet there was $100 in there,
Yeah.
and the very antique ones, and then some of them was, you could tell they were newer ones. But it was really creepy, and the lighting in there was dim. It had very little light, and so it set you up for being, anyway. But yeah, it's, I don't know, dolls has their own thing,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
but
Matt.
yeah, oh well, my goodness, there's Mr. Matt.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Uh, let's see. I just don't know what it was that particular night, but just because uh, there was nothing that could be moving. I know my cousin, I can see the silhouette of her sitting on a daybed because I know she wasn't moving. And my other
Right.
cousin, she'll take her 2 days to get up out of the floor or she was sitting on that stool. I mean, that's how low she was. And I know she
Yeah.
couldn't move out that fast, I know she
Right.
crawled across there. She did. She done some mighty fast crawling. But
Yeah.
I just don't know what else to say, not unless there's that little girl spirit that plays around in the wardrobe came in there. I don't know.
It might have been. It may have been, just coming in to check you all out that was in there.
Yeah.
So,
But that place is weird. And last night also, reason I got called down to the kitchen while we was up in the red room, the owners came in last night and
huh.
talking to us and stuff like that and everything. And he said they had somebody that was going to spend the night, literally all night long there, and said they got up middle of the night and left. They didn't even cut the lights off. They didn't do anything. They just got their stuff and they left. They said they had all they can stand.
Handle of it kept him. Well, if you set yourself up for that, you can expect something like that to
Yeah,
happen. So,
I I
I don't
told him
know.
I told him I said I wished I could be there all night long. That would be awesome to do that.
Yeah.
Because we can get more stuff done and stuff like that. But next time it's just going to be me, Michael, and Chris, and might be one more other person. But my dad ain't going to go next time around. We're going to try to do a test and see what goes on.
Right.
We're going to.
Well, has every time your dad been there, something's messed with him?
Yes, especially when he goes into the red room. When he goes into the red room,
Okay.
that's it.
Right. Well, I remember you saying that he had went in there and he sat down in that chair and then he lost track of time and
Yeah.
that time. And then, but I couldn't remember if every time he had been there that he had had some issues,
Yeah.
or if it was just certain times that it had happened.
So even
But
on the
yeah,
bridge, they mess with you, Dad. Yeah, you're right, Shaw Woman. Every time, it's just like everywhere he goes.
but it's because he's open. He's gotten himself open, and he's just trying to. They come to him because they know he's open,
Yeah.
and I don't know that they mess with him because it'll scare him. Now the one guy, that one spirit, the one that remember when he was sitting in the truck and he seen it over in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy, he was angry. But I don't know that he was angry at your dad. It was just your dad was picking up on it. You know, your dad said he isn't right. That ain't right. I remember that. But yeah, but your dad is open and he's just got to learn to be able to block it. But I got worried about him though last night because I could feel it. I could feel him like panic and going in and messing with his heart. His heart rate shot up
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, I joked around when you was talking about him sitting down in the chair, and I told you, I said the guy got mad at him because your dad sat down in his chair,
Yeah.
But
Probably did, because that night was scary too, because we was sitting there talking, and all of a sudden we heard something rocking. My dad sitting in that rocking chair, and he was just rocking away. And I caught him on the camera, the DVR camera.
mm-hmm,
Luckily, we had it pointing towards him, and you can keep seeing him sitting there looking behind him like this. He'll turn back around, and he'll look behind him again, and he'll turn back
right,
around,
yeah.
and
And see, didn't you say that guy said that he kept looking over into that other room last night
yeah,
when he was down there? So he can feel it, and they're communicating with him
yeah,
and things, and yeah. Well, I didn't feel anything really bad,
yeah,
aggressive. It was just, there was a lot there though.
yeah.
There
Well,
was a lot there last
see,
night.
there's a lot of people drop off stuff that is claimed to be haunted, so they drop it off there, and they just
Oh,
take it in. So there's literally no what is attached to whatever they taking in.
right.
So you're
And
gonna
it
have,
just adding to what's already there.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking, that some of them's friendly, some of them's not. Now, when he goes into the basement and that little girl plays around with him, he does pretty good. There was a guy in that filmed this stuff. It was super active home. You would see stuff on film. Lots of shadows, people to center, lots of weird noises. Yep. My wife was addicted to the channel. It would freak me out watching him talk and seeing things as he moved room to room. Yeah. Last night was really, really crazy, because when we was leaving, Mike said he actually felt something other trying to follow him out.
Wanting to come along with him.
Yeah. But I called Michael this morning and talked to him for a little bit, and he said nothing followed him home or nothing like that. So
Good.
yeah, so everything, I guess he just told him, hey, you just can't come with me.
Yeah, he may just been following him out the door to say bye.
Yeah, yeah.
Might
But
have liked him or something.
I'm hoping one of these days we get the picture like somebody did on. If you go on the Trivette Clinic's Facebook page and go into the
Uh-huh.
photos, you will see that picture of that lady standing in front of the closet in the red room. You
Okay.
can see the head and
Do they know who the lady is?
I don't know if they got the name of it or not,
Okay.
but
I just wondered.
you can see the head and just about see the face expressions, and it's got
Hmm.
a white long like nightgown type on.
Hmm.
That is
Well,
crazy.
yeah, hopefully you can get something, and you ought to go through your videos of different things and like collect all the clips of your dad and the different things that's happened to him,
Yeah,
put it together. You might be able to see something by just putting them together.
yeah. I might do that. I might do a little bit of digging, but see, my DVR system don't have sound.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
make. They don't have the
Have
sound.
audio on your cameras.
But
Okay.
I can find cameras to hook up to it that have audio, but the cameras I got
Yeah.
don't. That's what come with the system.
Just
But
get some voice recorders and click them on. Once you get your camera going, click them on and just sit them there and let them record.
yeah,
That'll
that's,
give you some audio until you can get something else with it. But we've only got 5 cameras, but
yeah,
5 is enough.
yeah,
It's enough because that, like doing the globe, when we investigate, we're usually there at a place 7 or 8 hours, but you figure 5 cameras at 8 hours. Now, when we do the big investigations and we go and stay the night and everything, like we'll get there on a Friday evening and we'll set the cameras up about 5, 6 o'clock and they'll go and clear until Sunday morning.
yeah,
So you're talking like 30 hours on each camera, and
yeah.
that's 1,500 hours of video you got to look at.
We got 12 cameras, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a lot of stuff. And uh, the box that I've got, where it collects all the data and stuff like that,
uh-huh,
got a lot of stuff in there from the clinic with my dad on it. So I'm
yeah,
gonna try to go back in there when I get another long weekend off. I'm gonna sit down on a Friday night or start Friday morning or something there and just go through and watch clips and save all the clips and stuff like that.
yeah,
And if I can figure out how to get it from my box to my laptop, it'll be all right. But I don't know how
yeah.
to do all that. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try to work on that, make a project, make like 2 or 3 videos and put it up.
Yeah. You know how I told you we once we set the camera up, we just leave it running.
Yeah,
I know I could go through and get a bunch of good blooper stuff.
yeah,
People walking through and tripping and or you know what I mean. We could get some good blooper stuff
yeah.
of things, but yeah, pictures.
That'd
But
be
yeah,
kind of crazy. Well, it's already 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and get ready for bed.
all righty.
I got to go to work in the morning, but I appreciate you coming on and help me figure out. So I guess it does hook up to the messenger, but I
Right.
still can't get Facebook on my computer though. But I got the messenger though.
Huh.
And that is so wild.
Yeah. I wonder what the deal is on that.
There ain't no
Now,
telling.
it's like I said, I am on my phone, but it did take me 3 tries. At first, I thought, okay, I'm going to have him resend it. But on the third try, it did
Yeah.
finally bring me in.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're going to get on out of here, and I'm going to play the video that I played a while ago. The
okay.
I'm gonna play my intro for the outro because it ain't got no sound, but just cars going by. Surely God ain't gonna get mad at that. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much, Vicky, for coming on and
It's all
talking with me
right.
for a bit. I know it's
Yeah, I
short.
hope I didn't scare anybody up. I just crammed my hair up under my hat and I said, okay, that's going to have to do.
You good. I
So,
really appreciate it. So I thank Vicky. Thank you so much for coming in. I do thank May off the grid. Appreciate you, Shaw Woman, Baker, Spirit Brothers, Miss Frosty, Mary King, Sam. Appreciate each and every one of y'all so much for coming in. And Bud Files, I think I hit everybody now. Stevie Outdoorsman, I appreciate each and every one of you. PW, hey, come in just in time we get ready to leave. I appreciate you though.
hey, PW.
So let's see. But uh I do have this right here coming to you, Vicky. Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, John. That's neat.
Yeah,
I really do. That's neat. I like that.
it's got my name on here, got my dad's name, got my cousin Shasta's name on here. That's the C.O.P.S Paranormal Awards Committee.
Oh, okay.
But we just
All
want to
right.
say thank you for your all y'all's do for the paranormal field and everything like that. So we just want
Well, that's all right. I like coming in. I enjoy it, meeting new people and helping and I get to meet people through watching your show, and in the chat and stuff. So it's cool. I like that.
and there's several more that I'm getting ready to have printed up. So great
Okay.
seeing you, Vicky, up on the panel. Shaw Woman said, she PW said, "Hi, Vicky the Queen."
Yeah, I look that now, I'll tell you.
Congratulations, Jonathan. Smash that like. 14 away from 1K. Yep. So I really, really appreciate that. I wish the Nightbot would work so you can drop y'all's link, but it ain't doing too good tonight. So
Yeah, he's kind of been slacking the last couple shows anyway.
yeah, he don't want to be seen for a while.
Something.
So
It's something.
everybody, thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, Vicky, for
You're welcome.
here, and y'all have a wonderful, blessed night. Talk to y'all later.
Night.